Now more than ever, I am really missing theme parks. Let's talk about this more often. I'm a huge parks fan, but this isn't me dipping my feet into that fandom. No, YouTube has plenty of them who can tell you how tall a Stratocoaster is. Me, I'm not even ever gonna ride a Stratocoaster because I love British parks. It's gotten to the point of lockdown where I'm so bored and dreaming of theme parks so much, literally they invade my dreams, that I'm looking at a piece of paper where I have compiled my top 10 favourite rides of every British theme park I've been to. It's gotten to this stage, and honestly it's a very passionate list. I have some hot ride takes apparently. And what's interesting about this format is though some of these parks are world renowned, brilliant, it would be a stretch to say all of them have 10 great rides, which made trying to compile this list incredibly entertaining. Okay, parameters. Dreamland isn't on here, it's beautiful but only has a drop, the Scenic Railway, the Pendulum which blew my fucking tits off, and Tina Turner's Head. There's nothing else of note here. Same with Drayton Manor, Blackpool and Pleasurewood Hills. I just haven't been to these parks enough to form an opinion. What is on here though is Southend's Adventure Island. It's my home park, please don't shout at me! In my opinion, there are 4 parks where I can name 10 rides, and they're all slowly being sabotaged. Let's start with Chessington, which for me is a dead park. My childhood favourite, we're gonna go off a very old idea of Chessington World of Adventure, like circa 2008. Because lots of developments have happened, the park is near unrecognisable, and I'm in the late stages of denial. Number 1, it's Vampire, beautiful theming. I thought when I came back to this as an adult, it would be the lamest thing I've ever ridden, and then it shook that opinion out of me. Yes, it's fairly tame and parts of the track do look like a construction site, but that doesn't hold it back from the way it glides around Transylvania. It's 100% atmosphere, but it packs a punch with a lot of energy when it needs to. I'd happily queue 2 hours for this. In fact, I have. Number 2, I've got Dragon Falls, which of course now they ruined by taking out all the gorgeous oriental scenery and production design. Now there's some tigers, which sounds pretty cool too, but it was always the way the scenery tied into the flume itself that made it feel immersive. Toon Blaster, my favourite indoor shooter in any country. It's so weirdly ambitious. The tiny robot spiders, the jump scares, the giant snake boss battle, even the queue felt like an expedition into a tomb. Number 4, Dragon's Fury. Did you put the spinning coaster below the fucking shooting gallery, Sam? Yes, I did. I love this ride. I used to be too scared to go on it. What you can't see is how devilishly fast it is in person. Some spinning coasters struggle, but the track is designed in such a way that you're always moving and it always complements the ride vehicle. Love the way this moves. I think it was in the 2004 season I saw a poster for it and just thought, wow, is this what my life is going to be about now? Getting on this? About a good decade later, I got on it and was just a little bit underwhelmed. It's a feel-good coaster. I love it. Rames's Revenge is nothing special. Gordon Ramsay's Revenge is nothing special. There are top spins all over the world, and this one is actually currently for sale. Don't know what happened there, but this was just a massive thrill ride in a gorgeous place of the park. These do hurt, but I am a massive sucker for arm rides. What made this one feel special and huge was the fact that it was kind of in a little crater, so when the water shoots up at you, you're actually ground level. Number 6 is Cobra. This still feels like a new ride to me, even though it arrived in 2010? This thing picks up momentum like a goddamn Beyblade, but it's a bit of a free-for-all for actually getting on it in the queue. Just when you think it's at the apex of its spin, it's not. Everybody gets a good time no matter where you sit on Cobra. Number 7. Rest in peace, Bubbleworks. The most famous and recognisable ride that Chessington has ever made, and they gutted it. This fallen angel, this fallen titan, was so pretty. I would go on this at any age and still find it one of my favourites. Good memories of this ride with good people. Number 8, Rattlesnake. I would go on to find that this kind of ride is called a wild mouse coaster and is all over the place, but I found it very special at a young age. It was a great transition to bigger coasters. A coward child. Number 9, Monkey Swing. Look, I'm at this part in the list, I'm struggling, okay? It's a chair. It goes round. It was better when it was Beano. There's not many rides to work with in this place, which is why number 10 is the Transylvania KFC. Or maybe it was a McDonald's, I do not remember. This isn't a ride of any kind, this is a food chain. But the gothic theming of this place, it's amazing. Like guys, you're Chessington. You don't have to put this much love and craft into the theming. Thorpe Park. I've had a reshuffle of this list. When I went back in October, I did not have fun. Here's me looking really sad and deflated. I was meant to be going back for the summer with a refund to, set this list straight, but damn, the world went to shit. Number 1 is Samurai. This is a sin, because this place has some heavy good coasters. Samurai just makes me feel good. No theming, no story, no IP, no reason to be this high up, except for the fact that it just makes me feel damn good. When I'm on this ride, I feel damn good. It's as simple as that, baby. Number 2 is a phenomenally themed, on the other hand, brilliant piece of engineering. Swarm is a great wing coaster. I was terrified to go on this for the first time, but look at it, how could I not? Ambitious scenery. It's apocalypse themed. You are an alien scourge destroying human civilization with news reports all around you. You queue inside a destroyed church. And through that brilliant billboard, this deserves to be iconic, and it deserves to be the number 1. I think I remember it being a lot smoother, though. My last ride was intense. I completely underestimated it. I think that first massive dive just winded me. Number 3, over to this part of the park, it's the water flume next to Stealth. Sorry, I know it's one of the UK's big coasters. I have never been on this ride. That exact model of coaster unsettles me. I stand nothing to gain from going on this. Tidal Wave, on the other hand, is a reliable, surprisingly higher than it looks flume that's just always there for me. Our last visit wasn't great, but we did Tidal Wave 3 times in the dark on a cold October night. Of course, the queue for this is always nothing. If a good ride is Walk On, that's high in my books. For those of you who haven't been impressed yet, Austin, I want to play a game. A great franchise coaster that the rest of the world is jealous of. This Eurofighter has a 100-foot drop with a curved bit of track. It's not even a straight vertical fall. It always feels malicious, malevolent, and out of control. I hate how Eurofighters sometimes wobble. Don't do that. But the highlight of this really is the indoor section, which I have never seen because my eyes are firmly fucking closed. I hate the Saw movies. Nobody told me there'd be an inside dark ride section. Number 6, Nemesis Inferno. Solid, powerful little ride. Between this and its big brother, I don't actually have a favourite. Both have great inversions.
Unencumbered thrills.
And then number 7, Rush. If this looks freaky to you in any way, don't get on Rush. These arm rides are very deceiving. It's like being strapped to a piece of construction machinery. Number 8, Darren Brown's Ghost Train. So innovative. I love rides that try and fuck with you. It's brilliant technology-wise, and we had questions rattling in our head hours later. We spent the rest of the night talking about our different experiences and how they could have possibly done things that they did on that ride. But also cheap jump scares. Now that I know what it is, I'm not exactly thrilled to go on it again. Number 9, my goodwill starting to run out. Detonator is just a drop tower. A disarmingly tall drop tower, and it's over in 5 seconds, but I like the way they really mess with you when you're up there. I think it's the sound design that makes this one scary. And number 10, Vortex. I had to put another ride on here, I don't know what to tell you. I'd go on Vortex right now, but I'd also go on any ride right now. I'm bored of Inside. For every brilliant game changer Thorpe Park has, they have 5 nothing flat rides, don't they? Alton Towers. Probably my favourite place in this awful country. Even if they are currently sucking off David Walliams and won't let me on Wicker Man. Doesn't even look good anyway. They've still got the premises, the people, the experimentation, and the world firsts that make it a favourite park. So what a shame that their best ride is also the most infamous. The Smiler is a rough trial on the coaster. The most inversions in the world, and that's not even its central gimmick. It throws so many different track features at you back to back. You'll start a heartline roll and somehow transition into a corkscrew. I wasn't scared of it at all until I was on it, where it then proceeded to beat the shit out of me. With a staggering 14 inversions, you won't know which way up you are by the end, by which time the ride has already broken 5 world records. Number 2, Rita. Why does this one get shat on so much? It's just a great launch. Yeah, maybe the theming ain't great, but the way the track just glides around the area is just breathtaking. I'm always scared for that launch, and it always makes me unbelievably happy. Don't you dare touch it. Number 3, Galactic Air. I don't use the VR. Why would you use the VR? I like that the option is there. Was this the world's first flying coaster? The spaceport theming has done it a couple favours, but it didn't need it. It's no Manta, but few coasters are. Number 4, Spinball Whizzer. This thing is demented. I love it. It's so tall for a kid's ride. Why do they call it a kid's ride? I miss it when it was Sonic themed. Number 5, 13. A coaster with spoilers. I was worried that the gimmick of it would wear off on my second ride through, but it's the lap bar that really makes this one feel bigger than it is. And although the twist is almost broadcast to the riders, it's a great little invention. That then was also a world first. Number 6, Hex. It's so unique. It never has a wait time over 10 minutes. Give me more walk around horror stuff please, with actual sets. I never can be bothered to pay attention to the story, this isn't good lore. But it's stunning that it's situated inside an actual ancient castle, and that final room is mind-bending, and cannot be enjoyed through a camera. Number 7, Duel! Another shooting gallery, but this one is so hokey that that's its entire appeal. It's adorable and I love it. In all sense, yeah, they probably should rip it out and replace it, but I think there'll be a lot of angry people when they do. That part of the park is so barren, you can get lost through the forest. And the only ride around for 10 square miles is Duel. Number 8, Nemesis. There's a sign outside of it that says, this is the scariest ride in the world. And that's adorable. Is it a really impressive flying coaster set inside the skeleton of a dying alien? Yeah, and the loop is phenomenal. But it's the granddad of the park. Number 9, Oblivion. Another world first. I didn't do this one for years because I was like, what's the point? It's one drop and then it's over. And I'm kind of right in that regard, but I'm glad I did it. The theming inside is brilliant. Check out these videos. The only time a theme park will tell the rider that the ride may actually scientifically kill them. And number 10. I don't know, the Runaway Mine Train? I'm kind of low on options here. If memory serves, it's very charming, quite long, and even sometimes fast. Which, for a roller coaster, I guess is a good thing. If it were still here, I'd give it to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Adventure Island in Southend. It's a pier, no less valid than Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Allow me to introduce you to a weird amount of good rides. Number 1, the Dragon's Claw. I'm not starting off strong here, as I say, I like being assaulted via a mechanical arm. Currently in its place stands a new behemoth, which I will conquer once I'm allowed back in Southend. Even though the seafront is like 5 stories down from the rest of the town, you can see this thing in the skyline. It can be as big as it likes, but it won't be as fast and intense as Dragonclaw. Rage! Oh my god, it's just Saw. It's just Saw the ride, but incredibly short. They did some smart stuff fitting all that track into that tiny space, but it is a very, very short ride. But it will give you your boost. Sometimes when I'm need my top up, Rage is sitting just there. That tall vertical drop, like an addict, I get my fix. Time Machine! My friends refused to go on this one with me. It's very fast. The reaction to this one just seems to be disorientating and in the way that makes a lot of people throw up. Me, I'm invincible, baby. I time travelled. Number 4, the Sky Drop. I just love drop towers, man. It looked so much bigger when I was young. Crazy how some rides shrink over the years, you know? The Archelon, I promise, is more than just a swing. It's so gorgeous. And it's just in a nice area where you get to see a lot of Southend as you go by. Riding this at night with a busy park is just a great view. The green screen is an endorphin machine. A lot of height, a little bit of speed, and no thrills. You know it's a chill ride when they let you go around twice. It also has a world record for most nudists on a roller coaster. Fuck! Number 7, are we really going to talk about the Crooked House? I thought I'd go 10 years on this channel without ever touching this thing. I'm not sure which emotions this thing is meant to bring out in me. The dimensions are weird, the set pieces inside are just creepy and bizarre, and you could absolutely hurt yourself in here and never be found. Was this supposed to be funny and endearing? Or just nightmarishly horrible? Rambazamba, it's like Cobra, but half the track length. Rather than quality, Adventure Island very much goes for quantity when it comes to spinny things. Number 9, a spinny thing. Vortex, the first big boy ride I ever did at age 10, and it goes upside down, kind of. This was my gateway drug. You're crap, you're corny, thank you, I love you. And number 10, Over the Hill. It's the giant set piece, and all that stuff is really impressive, but the inside, they keep changing it, and every time it gets less and less scary. It's really cool they've made a dark ride at Southend Beach. There's probably no good footage of it, but for a ghost train, I am very impressed with this style. Although they did take out the fake ending. When you thought the ride was over, nobody believed it. A bunch of skeletons popped up and went blah! And I miss those skeletons dearly. They fooled nobody. And there we are, my 4 home parks. I could easily do the same with American parks. We will see how bored I get.